Schizophrenia.
Mind reading.
Communication system and method including brainwave analysis and or use of brain activity. This is getting right into the sci-fi. Filed in 1998, a system and method for enabling human beings to communicate by way of their monitored brain activity. The brain activity of an individual is monitored and transmitted to a remote location. Example, by satellite. At this remote location, the monitored brain activity is compared with pre-recorded normalized brain activity curves, waveforms, or patterns to determine if a match or a substantial match is found. If such a match is found, then the computer at the remote location determines that the individual was attempting to communicate the word or the phrase or the thought that is corresponding to the match stored normalization signal. Again, we're talking about mind reading with this waveform technology.
Dr. Rowney Kilda.
That they can read everybody's thoughts, dreams, and subconscious and influence them. And some people say, well, I don't care if somebody reads my thoughts, but you don't realize then that you can be influenced to be a serial killer, commit suicide, become a criminal, and this is what the false flag operations are about.
Finally, we have the apparatus and the method for remotely monitoring and altering brain waves. Here is an apparatus and a method for censoring brain waves at a position remote from a subject whereby electromagnetic signals of different frequencies are simultaneously transmitted to the brain of the subject, in which the signal interference with one another, they interfere with one another to yield a waveform which is modulated by the subject's brain waves. The interference waveform, which is representative of the brain wave activity, is retransmitted by the brain to a receiver where it is demodulated and amplified. The demodulated waveform is then displayed for visual viewing, and it's routed to a computer for further processing and analysis. So we're quite literally talking about taking the image from off your brain and putting it onto a computer screen so they can analyze what's going on in our heads. This is unbelievable.
Then they have brainwave analysis, remote neural monitoring, and electronic brain linking via satellites. Madison in 1991 invented this patent, and it is to read the minds of targets, terrorize and oppress completely yet covertly.
Voice to Skull, V2K.
Apparatus for audibly communicating speech using the radio.